Hello and welcome to episode 322 of the Drive the Green podcast. I'm your host, Matty B, joined in Studio M by Bronell and Canoop. Harv is taking the option, which he said, if I say I will Zoom and you guys say no, it doesn't count as a missed pod. Joke's on him, it does, because we're not Zooming one guy in. So on this episode, we're going to try to do this abbreviated. Like, let's try to keep it under 45 minutes, maybe even. We'll try our best. We're going to talk about Scotty Scheffler winning the Olympics. We're going to talk about a few other things, maybe our weeks. Bruno's got a couple weeks to catch up on. We got Bryson in the news a few times. I compiled the script this week, so you know it's going to be quick.
Good.
So, yeah, before we get into all that, we want to thank our sponsors, Player Golf, PLYRGolf.com. Use the promo code Drive the Green for 20% off your order. The player lead-in this week is those unbelievable scorecard holders that he gave to all the competitors in the AM this week.
It must have been a tea. It was a tea gift, I think, right? Yeah. Unbelievable.
Oh, I need those.
It made me go to their site and see if they had any on there by chance.
Yeah, they are very nice.
Maybe, just maybe, something that'll come down the road to maybe be Labor Day. Who knows? We are widely known as one of the best tea gifts in the province.
That's right.
People are saying it anyway.
Also seeing lots of player hats and shirts at the
At
AM.
the AM, yeah. So
In
it's
the gifts that
really,
I'm seeing, but
really gaining momentum in the golf world, and rightfully so. The stuff is good. People like to wear it. People like to buy it. The promo code is just a great way to get your hands on some stuff.
Yep.
Promo code Drive the Green for 20% off your order.
Quick little plug. My brother-in-law bought one of the mystery boxes.
Yes.
First time ever. Loves it. I think he's hooked. So
Yeah, mystery box every year.
yeah.
Mystery box is a perfect Christmas gift.
It really
especially
is.
if it's 20% off.
Yeah. And apparently, cause I've never bought one, but there's options. You can go the golf route. You can go the lifestyle route. And you pick your sizes and you can go all that stuff. So
He's got to
It's
figure it
kinda
out.
neat, yeah.
He's got to figure it out.
I like it.
And word on the street is the player team's grown a little bit over the last little bit. So we're also members of Team Callaway. Yeah, it's just another summer of just getting better. I'll talk about that in my week, but the mini driver worked, and then I just converted that into the choke down driver. Played a course in Calgary this past week. Tried to play two, but only got one in just due to our ball schedule. But the game's starting to travel, which is a problem.
That's good for
other
you
people,
because
it stinks.
it's not been a thing for you normally.
Yeah. Home caps, which we're not going to talk about at length here, but
No, we will not.
I had
just become an argument.
I had two scores this week, which were very different still, but they're getting closer together, getting a little bit closer. And the game travels more so from the birdie's perspective.
yeah. I am going to touch on that choke down driver as well in my week. So
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. We're also a member of the Churchill family. The mower shipment has arrived. I'm having a mower tonight. I played ball in Regina last night. We always have beers after the game, and guys kind of trade off. One of the guys who was in charge of beers last night, mowers.
nice.
I said, what do you think of those things? He's like, oh, these are unbelievable. I drink them all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
did you know that they sponsor the pod? He's like, I did not know that.
Did
But
you know
now
that they're
I love
at?
'em.
Did you know that they're at all Original Joes across the at least Western Canada,
Oh,
Calgary?
I
Love
didn't know
that.
that. Really.
Yeah, on tap, way better on tap
way
too.
better. Yeah, go to your local OJ's and have some on tap. If you think it's good out of a can,
Yeah.
go check it out on tap because it is very, very good. And last but not least, we're proudly presented by Mecklenburg Financial Group. Rich, Zach, Mark, and the crew there. We got a couple reels lined up. Mecklenburg sponsors the reels. We got another one. The Moose Jaw Warrior video dropped this past week.
Please go
And-
check that out if you haven't yet.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's on Players YouTube. It's on our YouTube. So go and check that out. It's the reels are presented by Mecklenburg.
Yep.
I'm gonna say it it kind of gets redundant when you talk about it every week, but that's how sponsorship works. So if this is the first time, maybe you watched the YouTube video, this is the first time listening to us, and you're thinking to yourself, I got a little bit of money lying around. I want to put this into some, investments. Well, talk to Richie and the crew at Mecklenburg Financial Group. They'll get you looked after because who was it? I was talking with someone, at my ball tournament this past week. They said, well, how's the pod going, all that stuff? I said, oh, yeah, well, we got these sponsors, all this stuff. And then I mentioned Mecklenburg. And they're like, oh, yeah, you guys have a financial firm that sponsors you? I'm like, yeah. because golfers are widely known to just throw money at things.
Well, it's a rich man's game.
It's a
It
rich
is,
man's game.
It's not cheap.
Yes. It's a rich man's game. And so then we dove into all this stuff. And then the next day, we happened to drive by one of those car washes and storage facilities. And I'm like, hey, I got ownership in that. And he's like, no. I'm like, yes, this is one of the things that they do. Those like out there kind of ways to make you money. And now Mecklenburg has an online portal, so I can go on there and look at any point in time on how it's doing. It's just nice to see that little clump of money over there that's invested in that.
It would
stuff.
be.
Bluebird Storage. Also, before we get into the pod, please don't snap your gum anymore because it's showing up on the.
Forgot about that.
Forgot about it.
Look at that
guess we're
line.
doing it-
Look
we're
at,
doing
you
a
can
pod,
see my
eh?
screen. See that giant line? That was you popping a bubble.
Are you sure that wasn't
Need
him
some
farting?
ice.
No, he's farted enough for one day. This studio, we're in the new studio. Let's call it. It would be Studio B if Studio B didn't exist already.
Studio
but it's
1B.
Yeah, 1B. This is where we're going to be in the winter
1A,
time for
yeah.
sure because it's not a garage that's freezing and doesn't need the
Yeah.
furnace running at all times. So this is where we're settled in, but it's a little bit of a smaller facility. So if you could stop shitting yourself while we're taping, that would be ideal.
Trust me, you have me at a good time right now.
Really?
Oh, when your
Yeah.
guts are right?
Oh,
Or their guts
like-
are wrong?
no, they're the best they've been all day. We'll
Oh,
say that.
all day.
all day. Okay, I thought you maybe
No.
fixed
Worst they've been all week, but best they've been all day.
coming off a long weekend of
that's
just
right.
perfect diet.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our weeks.
I'll go first.
The 2 weekers going
Wow,
first.
I don't have anything
I can
written
go.
down.
I'll go. I
I
don't
don't
have
have
much.
I have
You
nothing
guys
written
got
down.
lots.
Well, I don't, but okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
You do have lots.
Yeah.
You got
Lots
a
on
lot
the
to
booze
recount.
count for sure.
Actually,
I think came to a little bit of a tipping point today. I mean, I'm ready to go back to work. Partly. The kids.
The funny thing is,
the kids.
he's ready to
I've
go back
had-
to work. I didn't know you
I've
stopped working.
had
He's been
enough
working so little.
At this point, just like, I mean, we talked before. Just needy kids, and just I'm ready to almost go back to work.
I think that's all. So our wives are both teachers. I guess we're loosely called teachers.
Yes, that's right.
I don't know how they do it all summer when they're just at home all
Yeah.
summer. Like I have the landscaping gig to get me out of the house all summer. I don't know if I could do 2 full months with them.
No, it's just constant. Hey, let's go do this. Hey, let's
They're
go do
still
this.
up
No,
right now
like,
in this
you
studio.
Figure something out. You're a kid. Go fucking find something to do. Your mom and I have other things that we need to do around the house. Just
Yeah.
like, ugh.
you're in tough because your kids are a little bit too far apart.
Yes.
So they can't really do anything together
Yeah,
necessarily.
It's just fighting if they do.
And mine is just because they're so close together that's all they do is fight.
Yeah.
They can do things together, but it doesn't last more than 10 minutes usually.
Yeah.
Other than hanging out with my kids at home, I played in the qualifier to try to get into the Saskatchewan on Friday. Of course, it was an
Canadian Am.
Canadian Am, sorry. Of course, it was in unbelievable shape. I have never played in rough like that. There was some spots where it was 8 inches long, like and laid down. It was something else. Played really well early. Had kind of one bad swing mid round where we thought kind of needed to make a birdie. I was hitting my driver well at that point. My plan was not to hit driver there.
On 12.
12.
Yeah.
That riff.
But coming in, kind of looking at the leaderboard where we had started, I kind of knew I needed to make a birdie, and I thought that was probably my best chance.
No, you can.
I was hitting her so
you can hit
good.
5-iron
So
wedge
good that
and make
day.
a birdie there.
I know,
5-iron
but
50,
I just-
60 degree.
It just wasn't happening that day. And to Matty B's kind of, I guess, newfound glory with his driver, I started choking up on mine and hit it very, very well outside of number 12 that day. So I had lots of good looks. I wasn't in that really thick rough, which was nice. Just couldn't put it together. Missed out by a couple shots. Would have been really cool to take part this week, but
Yeah, and by a couple shots, like that one bad swing was probably the difference.
But you didn't know it at
it
the
would have been
time.
one.
You didn't know
one
it
out.
at the time for sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the shitty thing is, I think I haven't played enough of that competitive golf where, hey, just be patient, like let it come, try to
Let
make
people
something.
come back to
Yeah,
you.
exactly. Right, like the wind ended up picking up a little bit later, so it is what it is. But you live and you hopefully learn from it coming forward. So
And with the conditions being that tough, there's still some scores being put up this
Yeah.
week. Like that guy shot 65 there yesterday at Riverside.
Garrett Rank, he was
Was he Riverside yesterday or
He
Saskatoon?
was Riverside yesterday.
He
It was like
makes
seven birdies and an eagle,
Yeah,
and shot
2
7
bogeys and a
under.
double,
Yeah.
I think, too. But
So, I mean, if they, I don't know. Leaders at 10, maybe 11 right now.
Saskatoon looks like
Um,
it's in great shape, too.
Yeah, people are going low there.
Yeah.
But I guess they're done playing there now, so everything else from now on is at Riv. I look for a good little next 2 days for those people. So
Everyone talks
nice.
about, the greens are so fast. Why are the scores good, right? Makes it tough. It actually makes it easier, I would say.
the greens weren't that fast.
If they're
Frank.
not-
they were fast.
If they're
but
not like
nothing-
tour fast,
Yes.
if they're just fast and true, I think putting is
It's-
going to be better.
it is.
People are going to
Yep.
make more putts.
Yep.
Yep.
You don't
I
have to
agree.
push the ball through the green.
Yeah.
Start the ball. If your reads are right,
Yes.
you're going to make more putts.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. I would way rather play fast greens.
Yes.
It's easier to get it online because when you have to hit it harder, you have a tendency of just
Yes.
hitting it on the face, right?
Yeah.
And it gets offline.
Yeah.
That's just my 2 cents. But 17 drinks gets me to 550.
Okay. I'm going to go next because I just want to. I got a good tangent into that. 550. So my week started off pretty slowly. Played a quick round at the home course on Thursday morning because we were on our way Thursday afternoon to Calgary for a ball tournament for Westerns for my kids' ball. So get up there. We don't play Thursday, but then Friday morning, me and the other coach went and played Fox Hollow. It's my second time playing there. It's just like a municipal course and right on Deerfoot, right in the middle of town in Calgary. My brother and I played there last year. He said, "Hey, I found this cheap place. You want to go play it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've already played that. I actually enjoyed it." It's just like a cheap, good municipal course. I guess good. I haven't played too many in Calgary, but but speaking of fast greens. So there's a bit of a breeze, and the course isn't necessarily that tough. It's like 6,400 yards from the tips. But the greens are so fast, like you could not hold one with the approach shot. Like it was insane. Like we were purposely landing them short.
Like false fronts or just
Yeah, so the
rolling
pins-
off the back.
Well, going off the back if you hit the middle of the green, and if you're short, there were so many short pins. Like we're talking like 2 paces on, 3
Oh, yeah.
paces on.
Like they were really hard greens?
I think so.
Okay.
And so anything at the front, you'd want to hit it or else you hit it short, but then you're right out front to 2 paces on, and then you try to chip it on, and it goes to the middle anyway. Anything you hit to the middle goes off the back. So I played pretty well there. I think I had 3 in a row birdies in the Hillcrest round before we left. Made 4 birdies in that round, 3 in a row. And then there I had 3 more. So I'm making some birdies. It's just, I also had 2 8s though. That was a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Two
Quick
8s
16 there. Yep.
Two 8s at that course wasn't great. Both on par 5s into the wind. So birdied both the par 5s downwind, and then back 9 both are into the wind. Tried to be, make sure you hit it hard into the wind. Well, straight up, just straight pull hook.
Yeah.
Like dead, and then don't advance it far enough where you can even drop it in a good spot.
Yeah.
So then drop it, pretty much it's a 3-shot hole from there, and then 3 putt. So 8s,
Tough.
almost identical both times. So did that. Then we also went to downhill karting.
Oh, yeah, you
So-
said that, but you
so
didn't
it's
post
a-
the video.
eh?
Well, because it didn't work on the hotel Wi-Fi. I'll post it after. But it's basically, it's gravity fed. It's these carts at Canadian Olympic Park. It's like this downhill windy course. But the craziest part about it is these things can go, I would say probably like 40, 50K. Like you can get flying on them. There's like hairpin turns. And the craziest part is you only have to be 6 years old to go on them. So there's families going down there, and me and my brother and this other coach were there going as fast as we possibly can. And you're like weaving through kids barely moving. It's
Oh, man.
very, very dangerous.
And
but
what
it's
if you hit
awesome.
them?
You just blow them up. Like I didn't hit anyone, but like if you literally hit someone from the back, like you are flying, you would send this person, like you'd hurt them pretty bad.
They would go out of their cart?
I don't think they'd go out of their cart, but there's a chance that your cart, they're almost like plastic bumper cars almost.
Oh yeah.
But the way that they work is if you pull back, the wheel comes off the ground, or sorry, the plastic touches the ground, so it like stops you dead. So the more you pull back, the slower you go, and if you let off completely, you stop dead as well. So you have to find like this happy medium right in the middle where the tire kind of lifts the plastic off the ground to the point that you just start going. So you're not like, there's no accelerator, it's gravity fed. So if you're heavier and you find that sweet spot, you're gonna start flying.
But you're still steering.
You can steer. And,
Okay.
And so like you can weave in and out of these people, but it's crazy. Like, and then you take the chair lift up like to the top. It's just, they have it dialed in. Like the chairlift picks up the carts. Your carts are underneath you as you go up, and then they just got this basically this assembly line of carts. You get in. They show you it's a 2-minute tutorial on how to find the happy medium and brake and turn. See you later.
Yep.
And it is.
That sounds
I
great.
highly recommend it. Like it was pretty affordable. Like you get 3 rides. It probably costs you $5 a ride per person. So. Yeah, very, very fun. If you're in Calgary, you definitely have to go check that out. And then, we had a chance to compete at this ball tournament. Didn't quite do as well as we wanted to. And then I didn't, because me and the other coaches had quite a few parking lot coaches meetings until all hours of the night. Didn't wake up for Olympics too much. That then led into, obviously, back into ball games. So didn't watch a ton of the Olympic golf, which we'll get to here shortly in the recap. But I did have 22 drinks while we were there, pretty much in those 3 nights. One night I took off, though. So 22 I felt wasn't bad. Like we had to like coach, right? Where it was a coach's meeting, but not too many beers, but late. But anyway.
But it was mostly innings.
It was pitcher innings.
Pitcher innings based.
How were we going to get through 7 games in 5 days?
Yeah.
And then last but not least, I had my algorithm. For some reason, cornholes in my algorithm lots, like some crazy cornhole shots.
Interesting.
Which is not really all that crazy because they're all exactly the same.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So that was in there. And then this adrenaline junkie, his name's Ryan Bean. I've heard of him before, but he came up in my algorithm 2 days ago, and it's just been nonstop. Like he's good on skateboard, on bike. He's a big cliff jumper. Like we're talking like do 5-6 flips before he hits the water.
Really?
Like, it's nuts. So if you're looking to go down a wormhole, go find Ryan Bean on.
I'm going to do my algorithm first in my week if you're done.
Oh, I'm
just
done.
because I have it on my mind.
Man, we got to go 45 minutes, so
It's
not too long.
the last 2 or 3 days I've seen a couple of vids, just chiropractors doing adjusting necks on usually attractive women.
Like really weird stuff, like pulling a strap and
not weird stuff, but it's always like attractive women, and it's like
big
is
time
this
neck
turning
snaps.
into a porno or
Big time neck snaps.
yeah.
Yeah, and
I don't know where that came from,
like, but they can get pretty loud.
Oh yeah.
I think they turn up I think they're slightly.
They got a little
fabricated.
mic in there.
Yeah, oh yeah. Or they just add
taped to the
it.
spine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, for me, dog days this summer with the kids and booking time off for them, golfing quite a bit. I went to a conference in Calgary. That's why I missed the pod. I took exception to Matty B saying I took the option. I mean, kind of had to go there for work. It's not.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
you
not-
did listen to that. Hey?
Yeah.
It's not a skip. I'll tell you that.
It's not a skip. It's a miss, but it's not like a.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, they're the same thing.
I know they are, and I've been saying that to these guys.
Yeah,
These
a
two
miss is a miss.
that miss all the time.
Yeah,
a miss is a miss. What's the
it?
difference? What the excuse is?
Well,
And you
a miss
can't
is a
just
miss.
there's sometimes you can't make it. Like you literally, like you said, you had to go to this conference.
Right.
It
But
shouldn't
it's
be held
still-
against
it's
you.
Still a miss.
I guess. Yeah.
If you have stuff to, I purposely try to avoid doing anything on Mondays. Last night I had a ball game. I said, "You guys, you want to do this spot on Tuesday?" You said, "Sure."
You
I'm
also
not gonna fight it.
you never posted a story today warning people, but
Well, because I thought maybe we could do this in the afternoon.
well,
There's probably a
Should've.
lot
Some
of people.
of us
Should
work.
have.
A lot of
some of
people
us work.
listen to this on Wednesday morning. Like, well, I don't listen to you guys on Wednesdays. I listen to you on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So,
So conference was pretty good. Calgary. I mean, I kind of get why Harv likes those things. These people
almost like they're worth missing a pod for.
Why? Well, they could be worth missing a pod for, but They kind of wine and dined us a little bit, and we had some free drinks and free food. And the thing that I don't like about it is the trade show aspect. So there was like classes.
What's it a trade? Like,
No, there was like, it was a pipeline conference. So there was like classes with like presenters, and then during breaks there was a trade show set up, so you could go and you could look at these. That's not for me.
different types
That
of
isn't-
pipes.
Different types of pipe, fusing, different things, some survey stuff, and I'm just like, this isn't for me. I just
What
Too
kind
much,
of
too much interaction.
a
with
couple
people.
times I just went back to my room and just watched reels for like half an hour. Just like,
what kind of willow? do
Where'd you
use
go?
to
I just
find
had I got a really
water.
bad stomach ache. I just been the can. for
oh
30
yeah, well
minutes.
there was a lot of that too because I was eating all the time. But yeah, that was about it for that. And one thing I noticed is when we were driving, I want to go to Medicine Hat to play golf.
Desert Bloom.
Bloom's
Well,
awesome.
the other two courses there too are really good.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard.
I didn't make it to Medicine Hat Country Club, but yeah,
Yeah. Red Cliff
Didn't
doesn't have
make
a
it.
terrible
didn't
course.
make it. We were late for our tea time.
But
and
that could be a
Little
future DTG trip.
it would be a good
Yeah, it
one.
would
Potentially.
be nice.
you
Yeah.
know,
Just to get some reels on
just
the
to get some reels. And then my last thing,
Well, I could do a reel at Fox Hollow. We'll get that one out too.
yeah, and I'm gonna play Candle this week. If Harv's talk shit about it, I got a tea time at 10
My
a.m.
parents
on
were up
Saturday.
there last
so
week, and they said it was awesome.
yeah, the course looks great.
Yeah.
So
It's a good layout. I enjoy that place.
have you played it a couple times or just once?
An entire weekend.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, I like that.
I'm excited.
Did you? So you didn't play once in Calgary then?
No, didn't
That's
bring my
tough.
clubs.
Yeah, that's tough.
Didn't have time.
Good for you committing to the trade shows though.
Yeah.
Like it's like, hey, I'm going on a work trip and I'm not taking my golf clubs with me.
Yep.
should have.
Yeah,
Should've.
definitely
Yeah.
should have.
I did skip out the one event the one night to go to the casino by myself, but it's neither here nor there. And my last comment was, I think I'm done forever with morning golf.
You are,
Forever?
eh?
I can't get going. I can't. The front nine is a
Do you know-
write-off.
You know why, though, right?
Why? Because it's freezing cold and my body doesn't work.
Because your
At 6 a.m.
attitude.
No, it's
I
not
will
my
agree.
attitude. No,
It
I
is
use.
your attitude.
I go to
you're
the
fucked
course-
before you even get
I
to
go
the
to the
golf
course.
course.
No, I go to the course thinking, maybe today's the day.
Today's the day.
Today's the day.
I don't believe that for
Maybe
one
I can
second.
get out in, maybe I can get out in 38 today on the front. No, I can't.
I don't
my
believe
arms
that for
don't work.
1 second.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing.
Chipping's
I
off.
hate
Putting's off.
everything about morning golf. I hate being cold. I hate having to golf in 2 different outfits because I got a layer
Yeah.
for the first
I had
8
3
holes.
layers. It's August 4th, and I had 3 layers
Yeah.
on.
I don't like that part of it, but for some reason I'm getting way better at golf in the morning. But I'm playing men's night tomorrow night, so we'll see. 'Cause
The golf-
maybe it's just because the only time I'm golfing this year is when it's warm and I've already played 15 to 20 rounds.
The golf course is way different in the morning. So maybe you are just a softer golf course person.
The only thing I like better
Yeah,
about
I
it
don't
is the
know.
bunkers in the morning are nice.
Yeah.
Our bunkers are fantastic. In
Awful
the
in
mornings.
the afternoon
Yeah,
and
it's-
evenings.
I
Awful.
don't play much in those times.
Well,
but
we'll
yes.
find out tomorrow. If I shoot 75 or lower, then it has no correlation to mornings. If it's over that though, also I don't drink in the
Yeah.
morning, obviously.
Yeah.
But I just
So that could
like,
could play
yeah.
a role.
I need to play 27 because I'm fine for the back nine. Like I think I was 44-36 yesterday or something like that. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
what are we doing here? Anyways, we're all playing men's night tomorrow, but we're not playing together because
No.
Knoop's got a buddy coming.
You can play with us. We can play 5.
I told the other guy, I said,
They
play with-
don't give a shit.
Yeah. So
Just
But-
saying.
maybe there's
Maybe.
an
You
opportunity.
You want to play with your buddy?
I do
I
want to
am-
play.
I
I
am
do
doing
want
it.
to play with Matty B.
Then do
I
it.
do.
am the guy that makes you good. That is a
Sometimes.
fact. That is a fact.
Then come
'Cause
on.
I'm
we'll play,
usually the guy
we'll
that
play a
says-
big game.
Get your head out of your ass.
Yeah.
Because you always go down into the. You're like a 10-year-old child on our ball team. You can't ride the roller coaster, man. It's just a highway. Tell our
No.
kids that if you score 3 runs this inning, they still have to hit, or when they score 3 runs, we still get to hit. So
No,
when you
I'll
make
die-
a
I'll di-
double bogey,
I'll die on the hill that if I'm 3 over through 5,
know you
the
will.
round's over. I'll die on that hill. It's over.
So so here's the one piece of evidence I can give you from my own game. The last 2 times I've played, I think I was 3 over and 2 over through 3 holes. and I birdied 8 and 9 both times to get
Yeah.
one over
I've done
and
that.
even.
I've done that a couple times, but then
It's still there.
but then if I get to even, then I get to 11 and
11,
12,
11 and 12.
and then it's bogey double.
Just don't look at your score.
Yeah, that's why I like men's night, because I'm starting on a random hole and I don't really know where I'm at. I might be a live shotgun advocate.
I like it.
Oh, wait till I get to- wait till I get to
love
Starting on like in the middle, like
I
starting
can't wait
on
to
like
make a reel
13
with
or
you
something.
saying, I think I'm a live guy.
Yeah.
And that's
then,
it.
And then
Done.
chop it up.
I
chop
said
it up
live
later.
shotgun guy.
Yeah.
You're gonna cut that out?
Yeah, he's gonna cut
I
out
can-
shotgun.
I'll-
He'll
I'll
probably cut
doctor
out.
something up, yeah.
He'll cut out that Brandel tweet that I have in the news about all the live guys being terrible in majors, because that's coming up.
It
Oh yeah,
happens.
that was
It
a
Because
good,
happens.
they
good point.
bad.
It happens.
Churchill boost count to finish off here at a 2-week stint. Hit 41. That was a best guess. I wasn't even totally sure what it was, but
So 50.
41.
Yeah, so at least 50 minimum.
No, that was an over exaggeration. It was probably less than that. 524 and 218.
524.
Yeah, Canoop was 550.
I'm just going to say this. I'm going to explain the pod. You should be having 6 drinks tonight.
Because
Oh,
Nikolai
right.
Horgard didn't
Yes.
finish in the
we
top
made a
3.
bet. We went to a Miller game. We're talking about golf, obviously, come up. And he said, oh, fuck, Hogarth might win
I
this
was
thing."
9 drinks deep at the time.
What's your point? Did you make the bet
We
or
didn't
not?
shake.
You had
Doesn't
9,
matter.
You had 9 in
doesn't
one
matter.
night outside of a conference. You still
Yeah.
only had 41.
9, it's right there.
Still only had
2 nights ago.
41. Eh?
And I said, okay, well, what do you need for odds, or what is it? And you said, oh, top 5. I said, sure, I'll take that. And at that point, he was top 4, maybe.
Yeah.
But now he's not going to drink them, which is fine. I gave him the option. He had the option to do it or not. He said no.
I've clearly
I'm
had
good.
a lot of drinks. In
I
the
don't
last couple
drink
weeks.
anymore.
I have a problem.
I don't drink anymore. I'm
And
good.
you're trying to
I said,
facilitate
okay,
that problem.
Great. Good for you. I'll remember that when we have a future bet. But
I am going
it
to
is
have
what
one
it is.
more, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, then
That's
you
good.
have 4 more after that, and you're good.
sure.
You'll be
I'll
right
have a
on
quad
pace.
bourbon like you had.
All right,
Yeah.
deal.
Counted as 1. Yeah, I was like, I'm looking at mine, and I got 6 weeks in a row of 20 plus.
20,
Yeah, it's-
20, 20.
20,
Summer,
20.
that's the
40.
way it
There's a
goes.
40 in there, too.
Just working in multiples of 20.
Yeah.
We're not going to be under 45 minutes based on
It's-
those weeks.
We're at 27 right now.
Oh, well, we can do this
We
in
can do
18.
this quick. Yeah.
Okay, you want Matt? This is the
What's
Matty
there to
B
talk
special.
about?
Yep. Let's do it.
Scotty
Oh,
Scheffler.
there's a pile of news, but I'm going to be blowing through this stuff. But let's talk about Scotty Scheffler. Let's talk about. So, obviously, with his ball tournament, didn't get to watch as much Olympic golf as you want. But the best part about the Olympics, like majors, it was pretty much commercial free.
It was.
You get the
yeah.
odd CBC Gem throws the odd Toyota
Yeah.
commercial in there.
There
but
ain't
not very
much.
often. Not very much. So I happened to. We didn't play until late on Sunday, so I got to watch. I think the final 6 holes.
Mm-hmm.
When I tuned in, Rom had that thing won, or very close to it.
Yeah, everybody was talking like this thing's over.
When I woke
Scott-
up, it was over.
Yeah, Scotty Scheffler
Nope.
was plus 6,000 walking off the 13th green or the 12th green. I can't remember
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah, he was
And
early
then
in the back nine.
He goes nuclear, and Rom has one of the worst back nines of his career.
It was bad.
39, wasn't it?
And it was just, yeah, well, I guess, sorry, the final 6 holes of his career probably. Because I think he birdied.
He birdied 16
Yeah.
to make it.
But, yeah, just a terrible
Chance,
back
but-
nine. And next thing you know, cream rises to the top, and Scotty Scheffler now has a gold medal
Yeah.
to add to his list.
And
Which now does, I said in our group chat, does he still switch Xander?
I don't think so.
It certainly becomes more of a, or less of a yes.
I think that's a lead-in question for us, and I don't think I trade it. I think that I would have Scotty's year over Xander's. Right
I
at
think
this
so
point.
now.
No,
I
Scotty's had enough. If that was maybe last year, I don't know if he trades, but after the year he's had, I think he just takes this year and says
Well,
this is better.
He's now locked up Comcast.
Yep.
And he's got $36 million in earnings, and he still has the playoff events
Yeah.
with 20 million purses and FedEx Cup.
You know what?
He could make like $60 million. Or $50 million.
I've always been a big majors are the thing guy, and I've always thought this is, if you win 2 majors and the other guy wins a million tournaments, it's still the 2 majors. I've changed my mind. People can change.
Yeah.
I think Scotty's season is maybe 10 times better than Xander's.
10 times.
With the Olympic gold, that changes it that
Yeah.
much.
Yes.
I agree.
With
I
the
guess
amount
you
of
weren't
wins
here,
he's
you weren't
had.
here last week to talk about it. Like
Yeah.
before this Olympic gold, would you have traded?
I agree.
No. Players and all those extra wins plus the Masters. I'm not trading for 2 majors. See, the reason why we think majors are so valuable is because we've always been thinking about Tiger and his chase for Nicklaus.
Yeah.
The argument for majors was, okay, well, Tiger would trade 6 wins for somebody else's 2 major seasons so that he
Right.
could get that 1 extra major
Yeah.
Right. That's fair.
to get to 18, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If Xander ends up with 6 majors instead of 5, or Scotty ends up with 5 instead of 6, or 7 instead of 8,
It's not a big
not going to
difference.
make
Yep.
a big difference.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because
fair.
they're not making that chase.
Yep.
Like,
You want all.
I don't
the
think
wins.
anybody that's playing right now is even going to get to 10. There's just too much
I agree.
parity in
There
golf
is.
right
Yeah,
now
yeah.
Yeah.
that I
Rory,
don't think.
Rory had a really good quote after the tournament was over saying that the 2 best competitions currently at the moment in the world are not played for money. He said Ryder Cup and the Olympics.
Yeah.
Now that he's been in the last couple,
Yeah.
he said like these are the 2 best competitions out there and they're not for money.
Yeah. I
So
think
that tells you a lot.
I'm so torn on the Olympics only because, on one hand, it's like it's the Olympics. There's not everyone there, but at the same time, it should be the best players in the world representing their countries every 4 years. So even at the time that the Olympics happens, the best players are there or
Yep.
should be there.
Yep.
It's just smaller field because 8 of the top 20 in the world could be from the United States. Well, the best 4 should be there. I mean,
Yep.
obviously, you could
Right.
argue Wyndham Clark's there, but
Bryson should have been there instead of Wyndham, probably,
Yeah.
based on current ability or current
but
game.
at the same time,
But-
the fact that it only happens every 4 years, and you might only play in 1 or 2 a year or
Yeah.
in your career
Yeah.
to win one.
That
It's a pretty
Yeah.
big
it
accomplishment.
makes it that much
I think
more
it is.
prestigious.
I think it's
I
a
agree.
huge deal. And you saw the emotion on Scheffler. When was he that emotional during the
Yep.
year? Never.
Yeah.
The emotion on Novak Djokovic's face.
Yeah.
Guy never cried once after his 24 Grand Slams or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's just for Djokovic for sure. It's like that makes him the best ever. Like I think he was always
I
chasing.
agree.
He was always chasing Federer.
He already
and-
was.
I
Well, he
agree.
was like
Yeah.
it was in the conversation.
Yeah.
It was like maybe a toss up, but now that you want Olympic gold, which
He's the
even more so was played
Yeah.
on a French clay court,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like that's insane.
He's
Yeah.
the most decorated.
He beat
for sure.
Alcaraz on clay
Yeah.
in the Olympics. Like,
Yeah. Federer's still my goat. He's my goat,
I know.
but
It
he's
pains
not
me to
the
say
goat.
It
Yeah.
pains me to say it for sure.
I don't know. I come back to like with the Olympics leading up to it. I had listened to a lot of content betting wise, and they just said, well, like if you're not picking Scotty here, why? He's won these exact same events, limited field
Yeah,
events
yeah.
all year. This course is very correlated with like Bay Hill. There's water everywhere. Those kind of courses. It's his to lose essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
At that point, does that also lessen it? Because really, like,
it was set up.
there's
for him.
what 15 people that could maybe beat him this week, realistically.
But that's what it is every week, really.
what? No, it's not.
It's 3 when he's on.
Yeah, but
I know.
But that's why
In
I'm
that
But
saying
if he
way,
has
it
a
dulls
if he
it
has
down,
a
right,
yes,
is
if he has a
there might be
mediocre
30.
week, anybody can beat them on the PGA Tour. But this week, there's only maybe 15 people.
Well,
that
you
can
would
beat
think of
him.
major championships.
Yeah,
too. Major
exactly.
championships is probably 30 or 40 games.
Yes, that's right.
So
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's once every 4 years, and
Yeah.
it is the best
Yeah.
guys from their countries,
agree.
including, like, if you look at the top guys in the world, obviously the top 4 from the U.S. were based off world golf
Mhm.
rankings and all that stuff. So they still played good at some point during this whole cycle. But
Yeah.
I think I still, you really changed my mind by talking about the Tiger thing and trading majors for it. But the 3 or 4 or 5 to 8 major guys, they want that Olympic gold to add to it. If I'm going to win 5
Yeah.
majors in an Olympic championship instead of 6 majors, you're picking that.
Yeah, if you're picking one U.S. Open or one Olympic gold, you're picking one U.S. Open,
Yeah.
I think you're probably right. Yeah.
right?
agree.
Yeah.
But And you-
Well, did you see how much?
That's a
Do you
tough
see how
one,
much it
mate.
meant to?
Nah.
Like, we're talking about Fleetwood. Like that meant a lot to Tommy
a
Fleetwood.
lot.
And so I'm
it's
sitting there
unfortunate that
watching-
Canoop jinxed him again.
I'm sitting there watching. I'm just like,
On purpose.
I think the majority of people would be cheering for Tommy in that scenario.
I was.
Yeah.
So
Harv
okay, so
wasn't.
we obviously
Harv
saw
just loves to like.
Yeah.
He just loves seeing the pain on Fleetwood's face for some reason, and he's not a bad guy. I don't get it.
Tommy seems like one of the best guys out
It's just
there.
that's just a Harv thing.
I have hair envy of him.
we see the elation on obviously Hideki and Fleetwood. Do you think that there's any, I guess, happiness that comes from getting second or third on any other event that is out there?
No,
Well,
Like,
and
so
that's what
what-
made this event so good.
So,
the
but-
race for third was
But
a big
why?
deal
Right? Like
to get a medal.
I know,
A
but
medal
There's
is-
no
if-
money on the line.
But do you think that if every
Yeah.
PGA Tour event ended up giving out 3 medals
well, I
to
know.
them, would it mean that much?
I know because you're
Well,
making
that's why
from,
it's different.
from fourth to third in some of those majors
Yes.
is like 400,000 or 500,000.
That's why I
Yeah.
think the Olympics mean so much is because
Because it's just the medal.
It's
Yeah,
the medal.
I guess.
You get
yeah.
an Olympic medal.
You're on the podium. Yeah.
I was also reading. Obviously, anytime you it's a match or a game for gold and you lose, you're never feeling good because you lost
Mm-hmm.
the chance. But someone really put it in perspective about like second place. Like second place is first loser. I get that, but just like you only lost to one person. It's just
Yeah.
like so much
Yep.
could have
Yeah.
changed. Just like that, it's just a small amount.
And in the case of the 100 meters, you only lost by a nose hair.
Yeah.
That was that was an insane race. Like,
yeah.
I do feel now like we're 11 days into the Olympics and it has flown by. I almost feel like I haven't watched enough.
I haven't watched it nearly.
And this is
nearly
the
enough.
overseas ones. Like
I watch
like-
for 6-7 hours a day.
I'm watching it on my phone.
I
I've watched it
cannot-
on my phone more than on TV.
like when we get to LA in 4 years, like I'm
Yeah, he'll have to
It's-
take landscaping days
yeah,
off.
I might sell the company
Yeah,
before then.
You might have to go.
Yeah. Well, just the fact of at the same time. Well, actually, it's even better for us because it'll be later. Like it won't even start until 9 or 10 our time.
Yeah,
and
that's
it'll
true.
go till midnight.
That's a great point. Yeah, yeah.
Like
No,
2
that's
We
too
got
late.
hours
less.
ahead
That's
or 1
worse
hour
almost.
ahead.
That's
That's
almost
too
worse.
late for
No,
me. I'm
it's
embedded.
great.
I like that it's down by like 1:32 for the most part,
No,
and I can
it's-
go and do things after. But
So this is one of the times that I wish I was back in an office job and not doing the landscaping
Yes.
thing because I can't
yeah,
watch as much.
Yep. big
Like,
time.
I'd love watching it on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard when you're
Yep.
at the end of a spray hose or at the end of a shovel or
Yeah.
driving a bobcat.
You need something to put around your neck, so it's just
Yeah.
in front of you while you're doing something else.
Just a couple other notes. Obviously, with Rom's little bit of a collapse, he looked like he was peaking off the ledge, finally wins on the live. That guy's firmly perched back on the ledge.
I don't know.
Why do you not think he's regretting his decision? It's so obvious.
It is so
So
obvious.
I don't
It's the
understand
most
why
obvious
you
thing I've
guys
ever
think
seen.
that.
I think the pressure.
I don't understand. I think that he
It crushed.
felt pressure to do
Crushed
well right at the start,
It crushes him. to
and
lose
he's
that.
having 6 kids. We talked about this before. How hard is it to have 2 kids? And he's about to have 4.
3.
Is
He's
it
having
3?
his third, yeah.
I thought it was 4.
But still,
Yeah.
he's having his third kid.
Regardless,
He made one of the worst decisions of his life.
no.
He's
No.
Yes,
he's
he
got-
did.
he's
I don't
got
think he
all
For
regrets-
this-
him,
no.
he did.
Yeah,
yes,
for
he
him.
does.
No, he did
He
not.
so regrets it,
It-
man.
it's-
Oh, it's
the
so-
amount
Oh,
of-
you
Yeah,
guys.
he regrets it, and all he wants to do is just prove people wrong that, okay, I may regret it internally, but I'm not going to let anyone know that because I'm still good.
Today,
And he is
Yeah.
still good.
This
but at
year
the same
was
time,
just-
he needs the wins to
it
prove
was
it.
just a blip year. Just a first year.
He's not going to win another major.
Yes, I think he does.
I think he win one
I'll
more.
bet you
major.
right now, 6 beers in the pod.
done.
when he's in 20 years when his career's over.
Done.
One major. He will get one more. I don't know what
He
it's
for
going to
sure
be.
will.
Probably one more Masters.
Yeah, it would be Masters or U.S. Open in my.
Yeah, he ain't,
Well, I guess he can't play PGA at this moment.
no, we can't.
and I don't think
But-
it'll be the Open. So
But I know that he wanted to be the one to take the Olympic gold. To,
Mhm.
Like taking majors to live is one thing, but taking something you can hang over people for 4 years.
oh yeah,
He really wanted that, and
And he's
Trophy winner.
a patriot. Like he's a
yeah,
big Spain guy.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
So,
So
Yeah.
big play. Just the last couple notes. Harv put in there. Someone put in Fitzy withdrew after shooting 81 just to get the hell out of there, which I find is funny.
thumb
Sick.
injury.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then those the kindergarten poster that they do, like this is my
Oh, yeah.
nickname, this is my favorite food or whatever, and this is what I want to do. And a bunch of guys are just like gold, 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 and Scheffler puts have fun. It's
Yeah.
just like, well, this is over.
Outrageous.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Like when whoever made that poster probably was like, should we even put this on there?
Yeah.
Like, how did it get vetted through the whole process?
I
I
mean,
mean,
what do you do
everybody's
this?
going to
Yeah.
pick gold.
Yeah, not
Except for
Scotty,
him.
have fun. I want to just have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall,
The course, I mean, we didn't really talk about the course much, but me and Harv both love this course.
love
I
it.
think
Yeah.
maybe it was set up a bit too easy. I guess you said the greens were too flat, but
I felt like every time I tuned in and they had a better player shown on the green, they were making a putt.
like 20 footers were rolling in, no problem.
It seemed
yeah.
like the greens were fairly flat, so they didn't have to play a ton of break, and they were making a lot of 20, 30, 40 footers. Maybe not a lot of 40 footers, but more than normal. I don't know. Just the end of that golf course is so tough.
yeah,
It made it tough to like it. I don't
Yeah.
know, coming down the stretch.
Fair.
tough
But
to like it, but the winners were still 20 under.
I know.
Yeah.
Everywhere else, it must have been easy. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's in my top 5 like bucket list. I would like to play it.
It does look awesome on television.
Yes.
Awesome.
That'll lead the last part of Olympics and the start of news. In the news, Rom wants the Olympics to be hand-picked and
Mhm.
a team event.
I
The
mean,
team-
the team event makes a ton of sense.
It does make a ton of sense. I just
Whether it's
find
mixed.
it funny that it's team event.
Yeah, is it
from a
a
live guy?
yeah? Is it a mixed event or is it
Yeah.
all?
I do like a team with a mixed aspect. I think would.
I think
be
it'd be
sweet.
great.
Like just call it golf.
Yeah.
There's still maybe you have an individual and a team.
Yeah, there
And-
could certainly be more than one medal given away
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
8,000
for
In
swimming.
swimming,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
we're not getting into that.
why not?
But I don't.
Give
I don't
out more for
necessarily.
golf.
I don't necessarily love the hand picked part. But at the same time, it could be more Ryder Cup style, where it's
Yeah.
just like, okay, we're gonna take 3 qualifiers per team and then 1 wild card or something like
Yeah.
that. And they're 4
Yeah.
4-person teams, and it could be four men or say 2 and 2.
Yeah.
2 and 2 is pretty low, but it helps Canadians too. Like we have 4
Yes.
really good Canadians that
Yeah.
can make that team.
Sure we do.
Yeah.
So I
It-
think that's it's something worth looking at with all the
Mhm.
other changes that are occurring to Olympic events
Yep.
and new sports coming in, maybe some tweaks here and there. I think it's something he's on to something for sure.
It was. I know you're probably done with Olympics, but
I am, yeah.
it was a very disappointing Sunday for Xander, a guy I was.
Oh yeah, you got
cheering
couldn't
for.
move on without talking about Xander. Yeah.
Well, I
fair
mean,
enough.
a guy that's tied for the lead and ends up shooting 76 that day.
Yeah.
Like it's not a good look for him. But I mean, 2 majors is still a pretty
Yeah.
good year.
And I mean,
Defending champion and.
since we're talking about guys
Yeah.
we bet on, because I know you bet on Xander.
What? No, I didn't. I bet on
Oh.
Americans. An
Oh,
American
right.
winning is what
Right.
I bet on.
Yeah, because I bet and said on the pod last week, this feels like a Hideki win.
Mm-hmm.
And I had him to win the tournament. I should have had him I should have parlayed that with a first round leader because
Yeah.
he did that.
Yeah.
I did not have that, but I did have him to win. So I
He
was
looked-
feeling pretty good. My
He
cash
looked
out was
great.
My cash out was, I think he was 35-1 is what I bet on, or 33-1. His cash out was 5-1. It wasn't quite big enough for me to
Yeah.
pull the trigger on after round 1, but
He looked really good this week.
Yep.
Really, really good.
All right.
You got Ace's birthday shots of the week or no?
I don't do that stuff. No.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. There was no birthdays in Pod Topics, so I don't
Yeah.
think there was anyone born this past week.
Just my son was born today.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
To Coop.
Yeah.
But yeah, no birthdays. No shots of the week.
My shot of the week was Fleetwood. What the whole hole was that? 16, the last par 5 on 15 maybe. Hit a 50-yard bunker shot, hit it to an inch.
Oh yeah.
So they're not that hard then.
Oh, and I was waiting for that.
They aren't.
Okay, you got a shot of the week?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right, let's get into the news. I already talked about Rom. I'm going to buzz through a few of the notes. The first one was Sam Reinhart used the Stanley Cup as a ball mark. I don't know if anyone saw that video.
I just
Which is
because
Canute would
Florida
like it,
boy would
Florida
like
boy,
it.
Yeah, so
No, why not?
Florida still
Yeah.
won the cup.
Right.
It's a
So that
big
one's
ball.
quick.
I mean, I've seen some poker chips that are the same size as the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
So
I should have actually added this one. 2 Olympics, Tom Kim and Ben Ann, shape up, boys, because you're heading to service.
oh boy,
Well,
That was
I
tough.
guess
That was
they have
tough.
Asian games coming up.
they got to get gold in that though.
Oh,
Yeah.
they do need to get gold.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, medal at the Olympics or gold at the Asian Games.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
can you imagine if they're tied for the lead on 18?
Man.
One of them is going into
Oh, that'd
military
be
service, and the
fucking
other one
awful.
is just gonna just look at him and be like, "Well, hit the gym."
That was the guy I was cheering for on
Tom Kim.
Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it would have
For
been
him
a cool
to
story.
for him to be crying in the clubhouse in the scoring area after, like, that's got to be heartbreaking. Like, you're gonna sacrifice 2 years of your prime.
Yep.
To go and learn how to fight people.
I can't remember if we talked about this previously.
Yeah.
Can they just say that they're no longer a resident of that country and just hope that they don't get killed?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
'Cause you'd think that there's got to be some repercussions to that.
Yeah.
Maybe not death, but never go home. Okay.
I don't get it.
Next part of news is called the Does It Count / Was It Made Up section. Donald Trump had back-to-back eagles on par fours.
That's made up.
That's made up. Okay.
On par fours.
On par fours, yeah.
Yeah.
With
He
from 140 and 142 or
yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, same shot basically.
Yeah.
I actually had an epiphany on Donald Trump, and it makes a little bit more sense because we talk about how good he is, right?
He's not
It-
bad.
it
I wouldn't say
finally-
he's good.
He's
Well,
okay.
He's okay. Yeah.
But some of the scores and the club championship stuff, it never really occurred to me that he's playing from probably white tees. Like that changes everything for me. If he can still swing the club pretty well.
Well, he's bragging that he's winning men's club championship, so he would be playing the same tees.
There's
Yeah.
no way.
But I'm talking about all these like shots. Like he's talking about back-to-back eagles on par fours. And then it said 140, 142. I was like, oh, right. I forgot. He's probably playing all these places from white tees.
Wherever he wants, really.
5,900 yards probably or something like that.
Yes.
It's like if you can still hit the ball well.
He's not touching. He's hitting it. What? Well, how far was he hitting it in those Bryson videos?
Oh, no, I didn't watch it.
I watched a little bit of it.
Really? You watched
I actually did. Yeah.
You watched more than me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I wanted to see if he actually could hit the ball, and
Yeah.
there's no way he's touching like 250.
His
So
move is, like, his swing is pretty good.
it's okay. His putting
His
stroke.
putting stroke is terrible. But
That that does remind me one thing I forgot to talk about at Fox House. So my brother, so the other coach and I played, and we got paired with two people. They were 89 years old. No, sorry, 79 years old. 79. They're
Big difference there, yep.
Yeah, turned 80 right away here, which we're going to lead into the other 80-something-year-old here coming up. But her name was Lily, and I can't remember her husband's name. We were calling him Effie. I think it was Efren. So we're calling him Effie and Lily. So he's playing from white tees. She's playing from reds. She was out driving him by probably 60 yards on every hole.
no.
Like she was taking it way back, Brooke Henderson style, just like straight 125-yard drive every time. And he's topping balls, stuff like that. And like we said on multiple occasions, we're like, he's never going to play the forward tees because she's out driving him anyway. Let alone he's always going to be able to hold.
Oh, she would have been. She would have been driving it ahead of him anyways.
Well ahead of him. So it's like if they ever play from the same tees, she's going to embarrass him. She probably beat him by 50 strokes. Like she was just the classic case of me and the other coach were spraying it a little bit here and there. And it's just like you look back, oh, Lily's in the middle of the fairway. Lily's 30 yards out on a par 4. And then she'd make bogeys. She was terrible putter. Effie was even worse. So they were terrible putters.
Effie.
But he was
F
probably
and A Effie.
he was. I almost told him on like hole 7 to just close his putter face because he was literally just like hitting putts sideways off the toe.
That's what I do in the
Nonstop.
mornings.
Yeah, but she would 3-putt every hole and he would 5-putt every hole. But he also took 2 more shots to get there. So it was just wild. But anyway,
Back to the Trump thing though, quickly. Tiger Woods in his professional golf career on tour has never made back-to-back eagles on par 4s. So,
but Trump's done it.
but Trump's done it now.
Probably more than once.
Better golfer than him, obviously.
So that was one made up thing.
I was
and
surprised to hear that stat though.
So that's made up. The other one is
why?
does it count?
Well, you think he would have hold one and then made one on like a drivable par 4 or something back to back.
Yeah.
But
So content creator Mr. Riggs from Foreplay had a ace on Bandon Preserve, which is the 13-hole par 3 course.
Yep.
Harv and Brunel say it does not count. 'cause it was
glorified
13
practice facility.
Yeah. So it was an ace on a 13-hole facility, and I believe your comment was go play 5 more to get 18 in.
I mean, that's the course. That is what it is.
I don't know. I guess if you're playing
It's already a par
9-hole
3 course too, and then you're adding the short course part.
Doesn't matter.
I don't think so.
You're playing a full round. The full round
guess if you
there
got
is
an ace
13
on it,
holes.
if you
Plus,
got
it
an
wasn't even in the bottom of the cup.
Yeah, if you got an ace on an executive course, you're probably counting it. It's 12 holes. So I think you probably have to count it.
Yeah, I think you have to as well.
Did you? Well, we were going to
You don't
count
have to.
Harv's at Elmwood. Harv's first swing of the day on the hole we were working.
Yeah, well, that's. Yeah.
But then he would also have to go play 17 more holes at
Yes.
some point that day for it to count.
But I don't think he said he was going to.
No, he wasn't.
So he's so hypocritical or
Yeah.
like back and forth on those kinds of issues.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Oh yeah. Next, into the realm of anytime you know a nice guy, chances are he doesn't pay his taxes. Tony Finau might be a fraud. So he hosted his event in Utah that he's hosted for a while. Peaceful protesters, have to say peaceful. They sat outside for 2.5 hours waiting for him with signs that say Tony Finau is a fraud, his foundation's a fraud. They talked to a guy who claims he owes him over $600,000 and 20% of his career earnings because he helped him get to where he was by lending him money. And
Really?
and they're saying that people are claiming, like, it's not just this guy. This guy's the $600K guy. Over a few $1 million is owed to people.
It was like $3 million.
Yeah.
$3.5 million.
So
This
there's-
isn't the first we've heard of this, though, is it?
No, I don't know if
I
it was
don't
Finau, but there's lots of people that make it big and don't pay the people that helped them get their
Yeah.
back.
Monday Q had a
Happens a
good
lot.
Monday Q had a good tweet and just said, like, if this is you and this is your scenario, someone's giving you a contract, make sure a lawyer looks it over
Yeah.
just so you
Yeah.
don't get in the same
Well,
situation,
because there's
right?
lots of people that are in that scenario.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, I think I'm going to make it big, but I need a little bit of money to help.
Yes. Yeah.
So they'll do anything to just help them get to where they need to go. But
Yeah.
when they get there, you got to remember who helped you.
Yeah.
Whether this is
Exactly.
a true story or not, it sure seems like it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't
And-
just
You got a
show up
chance
randomly
to
to
be true,
Tony
yeah.
and
Finau's.
he's made enough
tournament.
money,
Yeah.
he can pay it off.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Like,
It's like, just say, hey, I'll give you the 600 grand, but I ain't giving you 20% of my
Yes.
career earnings.
Yeah.
Like, that's ludicrous.
Yeah.
Kind of all over the place because I said I was going to talk about Lily and then bring up Joanne Carter.
Yes.
The 85-year-old dart smoking phenom, John Daly 2.0
Yeah.
at the women's U.S. Open, the senior ladies
Yep.
U.S. Open, shooting her age a bunch of times. This story gets a little less for me when you find out Joanne Carter won 43 times on the LPGA, but at the same time, she's still 85.
It's still
Yeah.
impressive. Jock
But it's just like- it's
Jock
just-
couldn't go shoot his age.
I know, but all I'm saying is when
80,
you
I've been saying this for 5 years on this podcast.
well, Harv's not here. So say it again.
85 at 85 is more impressive than 75 at 75. 80 at 80 is more impressive than 70 at 70.
I just
The
find
difference between a 7-year-old and an 80-year-old is,
Yeah.
I've seen it with my parents. It's massive.
Yeah, the story
It's
just got
massive.
a little less salt and peppery when you find out she won 43 times on the LPGA.
Is
Like,
it
it's not
though?
like-
the great statistically the
mean,
greatest
though?
golfer in the world that has ever existed, Jack Majors, if that's
Yeah.
how you want to judge it, couldn't shoot his age right now. There's no way.
Yeah, it's just
Unless I guess it depends what tee he's hitting
Yeah.
from, but yeah,
it is. But when I first read it, like I didn't have a clue who Joanne Carter was prior to
yeah.
this.
me neither, truthfully.
Yeah. So it's just like, holy shit, who is this? Oh, never mind. She's very good, and she's always been very good. But can you imagine her just like dummy and ladies' night?
Yeah.
Just like shows up. Can you imagine her just
Tuesday
walking
night.
into the Hillcrest?
yeah.
Hey, who wants to play for money?
Yeah,
I
but
mean, you still probably beat her, but
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah.
Just like, holy shit, is she good? So,
she
congrats
shoots,
to her.
she shoots 82, but her net score is 83. She's a +1.
Speaking of old people, we talked about it last week. Gary Player's 1974 Open Trophy was auctioned off, and we talked about who's buying that and what are you doing? You're putting it in your mantle, and it's just like, yeah, it's Gary Player's Open 1974 Open
And
Trophy.
then Gary came out and said,
Gary came out and said they sold it without his consent.
yeah.
I didn't read
How
the
does-
fine print on that. Like, if you don't have it, how do you need to give consent?
Yeah, don't you
Can
think,
you give
oh,
consent
fuck,
when you
where
gave it
is
away?
that? Yeah, where is that? How is
got
that
that?
mine?
Gary Player is a fucking tool.
Yeah.
I'll
It
say
doesn't
it.
make
He's
any
a tool.
sense. It doesn't make any sense.
If you
90% of the things that
if you
he
have
does.
something worth money and you give it to someone and they decide to sell it, unless you told them in writing, which I didn't read the rest of the story,
I didn't either.
that you just gave it to the guy and said, oh, yeah, don't ever sell this.
Like, wouldn't you think that that is a prized possession that you would never kind of lose track of where it was?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, oh, fuck, I didn't give consent. I didn't even know that guy had it. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
No.
It's not adding up to me.
I never liked
No.
him after those Masters.
The balls or whatever?
Yeah, whatever
That was
it
his
was.
son, though.
Yeah.
I
but
don't
still,
care.
It's not quite the same.
The apple doesn't fall far.
You're right. You're
Uh,
absolutely right.
A couple other things. I'm going to say Bryson Brandel live last. Bryson was in the news a couple times here. First off, he had what Harv calls one of the tweets of the year, where he said, "Why am I not invited to the Creator Classic that they're having?" Another content creator with arguably the biggest golf content guy in the world right now.
Yeah.
And he's not invited to that. I think we know why, because he'd win by 35 shots.
It's true.
But
Yep.
he followed that up by, it looks like John Daly's going to be his next breaking 50 guy.
Yeah, that's a great.
That'll be
That's going to
great.
be good.
Yeah.
And probably not going to do quite Trump numbers, but it's going to be close.
He's doing it right.
Well,
He knows what he's doing.
Trump moves the needle,
Bryson
for sure.
knows.
Trump one's at 10 million 3
Yeah.
days ago
Yeah.
when I watched a little bit of it.
Yeah. But it's just like he's figured it out. He did his stuff with Paige. He's done all this goofy stuff. He's been freed up on the live
Yeah.
to do all this stuff. And
Lots
breaking
of
50 is
Horvat.
just like a great idea in the
Yeah.
first place. But now to get John Daly too, it's going to be fun. They're just going to be bombing it. John
It'd be
Daly is
great.
one of the greatest characters in golf.
Yeah.
So that's going to be very good. And then two last little things. Alabama Golf posted their new practice facility, which is basically their own golf course and gigantic clubhouse.
Didn't see it.
Which is pretty crazy. And last but not least, Truist Championship, which is the Quail Hollow tournament, because Quail Hollow has a PGA next year. It's going to Philly, some golf course in Philly.
Yep.
So it'll be there, and then back to Quail Hollow after that.
I think they
And-
said 7 years, $25 million bucks, $25
Yeah.
million a year,
Yeah,
which is
that's something.
seems steep, but
for sure. And last but not least, Brandel continues to go all in on live, and I'll read it. He posted.
I didn't see this, so-
This big long write up again.
he just
What's
he's
the word
too
I'm looking for?
much.
Unprovoked.
Yeah.
Just posted it, and it says 27 players from the live made 60 total appearances in the majors this year. They had 6 top 10s, 3 of which were Bryson's.
Okay.
They had 41 outside the top 40 and 21 missed cuts. Basically saying it's proven. These guys are not competing at the level they need to compete at to
Yeah, I
compete
know.
in majors.
There's only 5 or
Which-
6 good players on that tour. We already knew
Yeah,
that.
and how did those
But
guys
it just,
do?
I just find
Yeah,
it.
so-
I just
and
find
that's-
it
one
hilarious.
did good.
Yeah.
Cam Smith did no good.
Cam did Smith, he did okay.
No, he didn't.
Not
They
They had
amazing.
three- They had three.
Not amazing.
He
They
but
had
didn't,
okay.
he didn't do good at the
non-Bryson
Open
top
when we,
10s.
Yeah.
3 Bryson top 10s and 60 appearances and missed the cut 21 times.
oh, wow, the ball boy really went.
Last
out for
year
that
they
one.
did unbelievable. So they just had a shitty year this year.
Unbelievable.
They did very good last
They
year.
did all right, yeah.
So
It's
so
just a
Brandel, I
down
just
year.
find it.
It's
I
the
just
way it
find it
goes.
funny when Brandel just like posts anti-live stuff.
Fuck. He's
so
something
good.
else. But just yet loves Bryson. I just yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's the only guy that's good. He just wishes he
I
was still on the
guess.
tour
I guess.
and just loves calling out John Rahm. All right, pick recap.
Canute won it?
won the picks. Yeah,
I did, eh?
So
a meaningless week then.
Nice.
great. I forgot to do the updated standings, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You're 2 behind me, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Harv did let the cat out of the bag because instead of giving you Scheffler last, he gave him to you first and said his reasoning was to get you a second trophy so I don't get a third and lead the trophies. So Scheffler won,
So I got a point for that.
so you get a point for that. So I think
Might be down to 1 now.
31-30 or something. Like I said, I did not do points. I can quickly pull it up here. It's
I'll get it.
We can do picks tonight, which is fantastic. And give Harv.
But that's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah.
Harv's thing is wrong now because we have to give Bronell not the best player in the field, but you also get your pick. Remember?
I remember.
RDL.
Don't worry.
What a dumb thing that was.
Yeah, so it's 31-29 now. It was 31-28.
Now, yeah.
31-29. Canoop gets 4 for the Olympics.
It was 3.
3 for the Olympics, so you're at 21.
I mean, I'll take 4. But
You guys almost hit that best bet too. Scheffler and Schauffele to finish 1-2 for plus 2,000.
I bet that, which was what I was hoping. And
Yeah.
Schauffele just
Your
had a
boy.
shitty.
So Canoop won the week. He had Hogard 7, Aberg 18 on 24 for a 16 average. I was second. I had X 9, Perez 4, and Pavon was 58, which really killed. Well, second, I think it was dead last.
Dead
other
last.
than two other guys that pulled out.
Yeah.
So for 24 average, Brono was third, Scheffler first, Sharma 40th, and Boular 45th.
Yeah, thanks.
For a 29 average. And Harv, who gave you Scheffler, still picks last. He had
Yeah.
Rom 5, Moronk 49, and Fox 35 for a 30 average. I round up, by the way, in the averages. I don't do the .66 stuff.
Yep.
All right, so this week is the Wyndham Championship.
Yeah, so we have Wyndham Championship, Sedgefield Country Club in Greensboro, North Carolina. Par 70, 7,131 yards. This course has hosted the event since 2008. It is the final event of the regular season. So moved to top 70 in the FedEx Cup points after this event. Last year, we had Lucas Glover win his first event in 2+ years. And then he ended up winning this event by 2 shots over Russell Henley and Ben Ann. Obviously went on to win a few more. He won next week following for the first playoff event, and then ended up winning one more as well. 20 players heading straight here from Paris to play this week. We have Harman, the highest OWGR guy, at 15 playing this week. We have 3 inside the top 20. We have 40 of the top 70 inside the FedEx Cup, teeing it up this week, which is kind of notable. That's quite a few
This
of
is
them.
always the best event for
Yeah.
this is where we get the FedEx green or red.
That's right.
So
Yep.
this is a good one to watch.
There's quite a few guys that are on
Bubble
bubbles.
guys.
Yes. So I'm going to recap those guys. We have Dunlap, even though he's won twice this year on the tour. He's at 66. We have Vegas, not Camille. Jonathan Vegas, after his win 2 weeks ago now, at 67. Griot at 68. Power at 69. Brennan Todd right now is the last guy in at 70. Victor Perez at 71. Riley, Putnam, and Kitayama round out up to 74. Grayson Murray is in there right now. So after this week,
Yikes.
Still
we
doing
are
it.
actually taking not the top 70, but the top 71, because he is inside of the top 70 no matter what happens. So whoever's 71 after the event this week, make the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah, other than that, we're just seeing if anyone can go on that Glover-like run to end the season.
And then a lot
see
of
what
guys
happens.
also in the 125 realm.
Yes,
It'll be
to
in
get
or
those extra
Yeah.
playing
I think
privileges.
And
Raj has to win. I think Raj has to win.
To win, yeah. And there's some guys that are just outside the top 50 for those signature events too.
Yes.
Justin Rose is
Lots-
one.
Yep.
Lots of moving parts.
Matt Kuchar's the interesting name at 113. I think he's made the playoffs every single year.
Yep.
So he's pretty much got to finish top 5 probably
Yep.
to get in. But
So for picks, you can take 6,000 and above.
yeah, you can't pick English and down.
Yes, correct.
Yep.
Okay, sorry. What was our deal?
You get to pick your guy. Oh, sorry, Bruno.
You don't. Well, there's no deals.
Well,
Well,
we
Harv already said
sorry.
he's giving you the best guy.
Yeah.
So, and I have to give Canoop a guy. So we got to basically hope that Canoop gives you someone, because we closed the loop. We have to give Harv someone, but Harv can't give you your good guy. So you have to give him someone bad. Canoop, or else we're
Bad.
screwed.
What do you mean?
And you lead off, by the way.
I'm gonna give bronze.
Clicks are back.
I should get to pick second because I have picked the winner too.
No, not how it works.
That should be how it
You
works.
did
Not how
not.
it
You
works.
did not pick.
I had the winner.
You had the winner.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
did not pick.
So
the
what?
winner. Who was
It's
second?
not how
You.
it works. Yeah, I'm second. But you
Well,
don't get
perfect.
your pick
Greasy.
until the end. So if he happens to be gone by then, doesn't matter.
Well, that's fine.
Go ahead.
They shouldn't be gone. The person that I want should not.
I'll
be
take
gone
any
by
one of
then.
those guys in that top 20. I'll take any one. Give them to me.
You will.
Yeah,
Not
I like
first,
them all.
though. You still get to pick.
Yeah,
first.
no, I know. I'm gonna take. God damn, this sucks. I'll take Nick Dunlap.
Oh wow.
Playing for something, eh?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, I am going to take. Where was it here? I looked at last year's and I had a guy.
I have last year's pulled up too, and I have two guys.
Can I see it? It saves me a
No,
lot.
you
It saves
can't
me a lot of time. We're gonna be sitting here all day for me to find it. Okay, now I gotta go.
It's
find
right
it.
here.
Okay, thank you. Where is he? Yep, Steven Yeager.
Okay, wasn't one of my two, anyways.
Okay.
Where he was T14 last year.
Yep.
All right. I'll take the other T14 guy, Eric Cole.
I need that back.
And
for my other guy.
Are we just
for
gonna,
this.
Yeah.
Are we just gonna come back to Harv after?
Yeah, we're just picking for Harv
Yeah,
after.
we'll pick up for Harv after.
That's
Yeah.
how it works.
This field is something.
There you go.
I'm gonna give bronze, right? Because you're gonna give me. I'm giving him. He's gonna give you. Yep. I'm gonna give bronze.
Man,
Wow.
just
Just
fucking
Harris
spit
English.
it out.
Harris English.
Okay.
I'm gonna take JT Poston.
Okay. Uh,
Oh boy, you're
I'll-
the dead air today.
I'll take Denny McCarthy.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. I thought about taking Svensson. He was good here last year, wasn't he? Is this
Yeah.
the one Svensson was good at?
Was it Svensson or Pendrith?
Wow. Yeah.
Svensson, T7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought
I
about him too.
Yeah.
Really want to take Will Z, but I don't know.
Is he down?
Yeah, he's at
Yeah.
91.
Yeah.
90.
Yep.
I mean, I'm gonna trust that if he's playing, he's healthy.
Take Cheng Sung Pan.
Give me Will Z.
Okay. And who do you want with my pick, sir? This sucks. Deals, man. Deals.
Man, these guys, this group of players is something else.
You might have
No, the deal was that you give him Xander. This is Xander's on in the field. You can't just give him the best guy or
No,
whoever he
no,
wants.
No, the
Oh,
deal
that's
deal
what Harv
was-
said.
The
No,
deal was
the
last
said
week
it was
that he
Xander.
got Xander, and I get to pick moving forward who I want.
Yeah, give me Xander.
Why would it matter? You're out of the race.
That's
Am
entirely
I?
the point.
You're way out of it.
entirely the point.
Are you?
You're in the fucking
I win this week. I'm back in it, baby.
back in what?
Well,
back
next
in the
week,
conversation for the
all
bronze.
events
Yeah,
are,
you
All
are.
the events are 3 points. Starting next week.
Okay.
Don't worry, don't worry. I'll go back on my deal. at
You're
some
gonna run the table?
point. If he runs
Could.
the table, hey, if
What
he
if
runs
I
the table,
do?
I'll go back on my word.
What if I
Yeah.
do?
Well, I know you will.
But not yet,
Um,
not yet. I just need points away from you right now.
You're that scared of me, eh?
Give me Keegan. I just have a feeling this week.
I'll give Canute Keegan Bradley.
He's not even in the top 20.
That's fine.
Doesn't matter. I'll take him.
He wanted the
I
guy
want
not
him.
even in the top
So you're
20.
still now you're
No, I thought
skirting
it
the
was
rules
60
even
and
more.
I thought it
No,
was
you
60 and
can't.
above.
You can't.
Or
Yeah.
60 and below.
Yeah, no, it's
No, 60
It's-
and below is
it's
out.
English
You can't-
and below.
you
Oh,
can't
so I
take
could
him.
have taken
You
Bradley
can't
by
get
myself.
You can't get Bradley because I can't give you a guy outside the top 20.
Okay, give me Akshay.
I'll give you Akshay Bhatia.
like you
Okay.
guys talking about 45 minutes and you spend 45 minutes just figuring out your picks.
Well, he's in